The Summer Hikaru Died takes place in a real village in Japan, and I'm here right now. This is Mitsue.
Today, I will take you to the real-life locations and compare them to scenes from the anime. And don't worry, no major spoilers. First off, this is the iconic path where Yoshiki and Hikaru walk to and from school. In the anime, these mountains play an important role in the story, and they have the exact same mysterious shape. In real life, this is an ancient walking path to Ise Shrine. Just like in the show, this area is surrounded by farms and cicadas, so as you walk around, you really get a peaceful Japanese countryside feeling. Just a 5-minute walk down this quiet road is the Sakaguchi store, the shop that inspired the ice cream scene in episode 1. In the anime, this store is called Yamakyu. This is the spot where Yoshiki realizes that the person in front of him isn't the real Hikaru, and yet he still can't let go of his old friend. The building doesn't look exactly the same, but if you look closely at the shape of the building, power lines, signs, and windows, they do match the anime pretty well. They even have the same bus stop sign in the exact same spot. The real Sakaguchi store is a small grocery store, and visiting here honestly feels like stepping into the anime. For example, the ice cream that Yoshiki and Hikaru eat in the anime is a real Japanese ice cream called Papiko, and they sell it at this store. My friend and I bought some, and even tried to recreate some scenes from the anime. I also really want to thank the workers here. They were super friendly and let us take videos around the shop. They even have a notebook for fans to write in, which was so sweet. After saying bye to the staff, we drove through the countryside and arrived at Mitsue Shrine. This shrine pops up briefly in episode 2 and again during the summer festival in episode 4. No one knows exactly how old this shrine is, but it's crazy old. Like roughly 1,800 years old. Mitsue Village even got its name from this shrine. It's surrounded by beautiful nature, and the area has a peaceful, secluded vibe, just like in the anime. However, in this show, this peaceful-looking village contrasts with the story, slowly building a sense of unease. We drove over to the next area, which has lots of anime scenes within walking distance, so I was really excited to explore. This is the bridge where Yoshiki and Hikaru talk about dragonflies in episode 1. It's a small bridge over the Sugano River. Here's the same bridge from another angle. You can really see how the bridge, mountains, and trees line up perfectly. Right next to the bridge is a police station that also appears in episode 1. And the signs and the red lamp match up exactly. And just like in the anime, there are tons of dragonflies here. Now, this was totally unexpected, and I know I'm corny, but it felt really magical. Just a 5-minute walk from the police station is a school that shows up briefly in episode 1. I know it's not Yoshiki's school, so maybe it's supposed to be his little sister's. I'm not really sure though. Nearby, there's also a building that looks just like the one where the old lady screams at Hikaru in episode 1. In the anime, the scenes around this area feel really creepy, but in real life, it's just a bunch of old traditional buildings and rice fields. Everyone I ran into was super kind. One gentleman even called out to me and told me he knew a Hikaru location that not a lot of fans know about yet. He led me there. And look! It's where Hikaru is walking in the opening theme. I haven't seen this mentioned online much, so I really did feel lucky. Like he didn't have to call out to me and show me, but he could tell I was a fan, so he went out of his way to help me. From here, we wanted to check out a few more spots, but honestly, getting around was a bit confusing, and some places were really off the beaten path. These statues, for example, show up in episode 1, and they are on the side of a mountain road. They're called Kubikiri Jizo, or Beheaded Jizo. Basically, they are headless statues, believed to keep travelers safe when crossing the mountain. Full confession, the statues I'm filming here probably aren't the exact ones from the anime. I got excited because they looked super similar, but here's what the anime is probably referencing. So, a big tip to anyone doing an anime pilgrimage, follow directions closely instead of just relying on your eyes. The next spot is a scene where Yoshiki and Hikaru have a deep conversation in episode 8, in front of these greenhouses while the sun is setting. Compared to the anime, many of them were in rough shape, and for the first time in my life, I saw those infamous giant Japanese hornets in the grass. So we didn't stick around for long. I guess this just goes to show how deep in the countryside we really were. Okay, so more greenhouses. But these ones are newer and neatly lined up along the road. This is where Yoshiki remembers walking with Hikaru in episode 1, along the Nabari River at night. This area was crazy beautiful, but as it got darker and the streetlights came on, it actually started to feel a bit too quiet and a little eerie. The original setting of The Summer Hikaru Died was inspired by the author's grandmother's countryside home. Their grandmother's house doubled as a small grocery store and was surrounded by nature and a close-knit community. Sound familiar? The manga was originally thought to take place in Mie Prefecture, since many characters use Mie dialect. That's why the English subs give the characters a countryside way of speaking. However, most of the anime scenes are based on Mitsue Village in Nara Prefecture, which I showed you today. Mie Prefecture and Nara Prefecture are right beside each other, and Mitsue Village sits right between them, deep in the mountains. In reality, the story is set in a fictional horror town. It seems the anime team blended several different towns, taking inspiration from places like Mitsue Village. Some design choices are a combination of real places and the manga as well, like with this grocery store. I really wanted to visit more Hikaru locations, but Mitsue Village is pretty remote, so it's tricky to cover other spots in a single day. I do plan to explore more Hikaru locations in the future, so if you are interested, please let me know, and then I can make another video. I've been on anime pilgrimages before, but I've never visited a place this desolate. Even the Higurashi Anime Village has plenty of visitors, but here it was mostly farmers and the occasional car passing through. I didn't see any other tourists, although I know some fans must come here since I read the fan notebook at the little grocery store. The first thing that surprised me was just how quiet it was. It really had that calm, far from everything vibe from the anime. I say quiet, but the bugs were super loud. And then there were these spiders and the dragonflies, exactly like in the show. These giant yellow spiders were everywhere.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, and the terrifying Japanese hornets. If you ever see one, just leave. Also, it was insanely hot. It was like 34 Celsius or 94 Fahrenheit for all the American friends out there. I originally planned to vlog and talk to the camera a lot more, but most of the time it was just a dash back to the car and AC. Do not underestimate Japan's summer heat. Like, here's a little clip where I got too hot and my brain was fried.
I'm really hot and so let me start again. なんかいつも日本語で考えてるからなんか頭がぐちゃぐちゃ. The summer where Hikaru died is based off a real place in Japan, and I'm here right now. So let's So let's check out Mitsue. Yay!
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Thank you. それでいいかな.
So yeah, honestly, it was way too hot. And I'd love to visit again in fall or spring. But in a way, experiencing the real Summer Hikaru Died's heat was kind of cool. It really made me feel what the characters feel. I always try to be respectful of locals, especially with all the recent negative press about foreigners in Japan. So I was pleasantly surprised by how kind everyone was. When I asked to take pictures, there were no complaints at all. We also got lost a few times, which is another reason I hope this guide helps anyone planning a trip to Mitsue Village. If anyone has any questions about the locations, drop a comment and I will try to help you out. I really love this anime, and I could honestly go on and on about why. The mysterious elements and the slow building tension are so well done. Yoshiki's struggles with anxiety, loss, and acceptance feel really unique for a male main character. And then there's the countryside setting that I personally love. Peaceful, quiet, yet paired with this eerie horror atmosphere. It's just chef's kiss. But that's all I'll say for now, as I wanted to keep this video focused on exploring Mitsue Village. Have you ever gone on an anime pilgrimage? Or is there anywhere in Japan that you really want to go? I'd love to hear in the comments because I'm always looking for new places to go. So if you like anime pilgrimages or exploring strange little areas in Japan, check out this video next. Or maybe this one. See you there!